A lot of people don't realize the power that they have as a creator on this planet. You are so goddamn powerful and you might not see it. And I'm gonna share with you in this video exactly why you are powerful. Why you are powerful as a creator to step into any reality you want. And I'm gonna share with you this secret to waking up to the truth of who you really are as a creator. As a creator that can live into whatever identity it wants, whatever role it wants to play, and play life exactly how you want as the creator you truly are. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So what's the first thing you can do to wake up to who you truly are as a creator? To wake up to who you truly, not to dishonor that there's a divine essence that is beyond you, but also to honor the fact that you are a creator, to understand that you have the power to step into what you want to create. And I want you to understand that the first step is to realize you are not your limitations. The first secret to waking up to who you truly are as the creator that you truly are is to have the conscious awareness that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not the limitations that you say you have. I can't do this. This is not possible for me. I don't know if I can do that. Those are what you call limiting beliefs, limitations. And you'll fight for those limitations and you'll defend why those limitations are true to people, even if it's a reality that you know you don't want to live in anymore, that your heart knows it wants to get out of that. You'll still fight for it. Why? You'll fight for it if you believe that those limitations are you. The creator within you knows that your limitations are not you. But when you're attached to your limitations and you forget who you truly are, you think you are your limitations, you lose your creative essence. You lose your creative power. You've literally forgotten that you are not the limitations that you've come up with in the past. At some level, you chose those limitations, but then you forgot. And so the key is to remember that you are not your limits. You are not the part of you that says, I can't make $5 to $10,000 a month. You are not the limitation that says you can't do this, that you're not allowed to do this, that you can't create that this is not something I can do because I'm not worthy. This is not something I can do because I don't have the qualifications. None of that shit is you. Now, I'm not saying it's shit really, because it was useful to have those limitations to become what you are now. So it's not to discredit that, oh, all this is just shit. I mean, it becomes shit when you realize you want to become something new, but it was useful at a certain level until you realize it's not anymore. But anyways, understand that your limitations are not you. You are something much greater than what your mind says you are. Who you think you are is not who you truly are. And that is the first step to waking up to who you are as a creator. That is the first step to realizing the secret to who you truly are. The secret to waking up to who you really are as a creator, as somebody that can create what it wants. Now, you're not somebody creating what it wants, you are consciousness creating somebody. And we're going to talk about what that means in a second. Now, this is the first step, but it's not the only step, because you can realize that you are not your limitations, but what are you going to do with that realization? Sure, you're not your thoughts. Sure, you're not your limitations. But what do you choose to live into after that? You can realize you're not your limitations, but still live into them consciously. You can do that. People make this choice. I was gonna say mistake, but it's not necessarily a mistake, it's just a choice. You can see, oh my gosh, these limitations are not me. But even with that realization and knowing who you truly are as consciousness, some people will still live into the limitations, even knowing that it's not who they are. So the second step to this process is to realize that once you realize you are not your limitations, you are not the current role that you're playing, you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not your body, you are nothing, but you are everything and those things at the same time. You are consciousness. Once you have that insight, once you have that awareness, the next step is to realize you can choose literally what role you want to play. You can be whatever you want in this world. When I realized this blew my mind, because this allows me to live the life I want, to let my clients live the life that they want, to realize that you, as consciousness, as the creator, can choose whatever the hell you want. You can be what you want in this world. You can do what you want in this world. The question is, are you going to make the choice to live into it? Are you going to make the choice to live into the role you want? What role does your heart want to play? Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to be a mentor? Do you want to be an artist? Whatever you want to be. Again, I always give the same examples in my videos because I can't think of anything else right now in this present moment. But what do you want to be? There's infinite roles to play, infinite archetypes to align with, and they all exist for you. But what do you want to play in this lifetime, in this current incarnation? What, in this present moment, what do you want to live into? Understand that the secret to waking up to who you truly are as a creator is to realize you have a choice to choose the role you want to play. That's the second step. The second step is to realize you have a choice here. Sure, maybe there's some predestiny. Maybe there's a part of your heart that was destined to live into a certain path. Absolutely. I'm a full believer of that. I believe that some things are meant for us. I think that it's like some higher soul thing that we are meant to live into. And that could be true. And I do have a part of me that does believe that's true. But I also have another part of me that says, wait a second, although that's true, to put it all outside of me, oh, destiny is out of me, is to disown the fact that you are a goddamn creator. You are a goddamn creator. If you only put it in destiny's hands, where do you come into play here? But if you only give it up to you, where's the higher power? It's about bringing it to both. It's not just you or the higher power. I like to believe that it's a little bit of both. But whatever the case is, though, that's a separate video, and that's a topic of deep discussion that we can't get into quite yet in this video, but we'll talk about that in another video. Which one is it? Is it destiny or is it your creative power? I like to believe it's a little bit of both. Maybe that opinion will change one day, but we will not be talking about that in this video. But what I will say though right now is that the second step to realize the secret to who you really are as a creator is to realize you have a choice. Sure, there might be parts of you that are destined to live into something, and like I said, I do believe in that to some degree, to a very large degree really, but also what I do believe as well is that you have a say in this. You can live into whatever role you want. Now the question is, where did that desire come from? That's where the higher power comes in, because maybe the universe is inspiring you to choose a role. But as consciousness, understand that you can choose whatever role you want to live into. You have that power. To some degree, depending on the perspective you want to hold, you do have the power to choose your life purpose. To say, wait a second, it's not up to destiny, it's up to you. Again, that's just a half-truth, at least the way that I see it. But you can choose what you want to be. You can literally make that choice. If you choose right now to live into an identity, watch what happens in your goddamn life. Your life will shift powerfully. Most people never made a choice to live into the role that they want. So just understand that the second step is you can choose. Just be open that you can choose it. Now, how do you actually live into it is the next question you might be thinking. Because I want you to know that the first step is you can choose it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can choose it. Yes, you can choose the role. You can choose it. You have that power. But what's the third step? Is to own the role you want to be in this world. Own the role that you want to be. Own the role and be that way in the world. Own that role. Once you realize what you want to be, own it. Decide it. Choose it. Choose it. The second step is to be open to the idea that you can choose it. But once you realize you're not your limitations, once you realize, wait a second, I can play whatever character I want. The third and final step is to own your role fully. Own it. Decide that you want to be away in the world. Decide that if you want to be a YouTuber, I am now a YouTuber, and then be that way in the world. Show up as a YouTuber. Show up as an artist if you want to be an artist. Own the role. Own it. Decide that's what you are. It's that simple when you know who you truly are as a creator. And if you choose that role, tell me what happens. Tell me that your reality won't shift. You won't be able to. If you fully own something in the world and you truly make that choice, you truly decide, oh, I'm going to try to make this happen. No, you commit. You logically commit. You commit that this is the way I am in the world now. You say, yes, I now choose that this is what I want to be. No ifs, ands, or buts. Doesn't matter what your mind says. Again, but it's like, Francis, but I can't choose that role because this, and this. But you're not your limitations. Remember, you're only not going to be able to own that role if you believe you are your limitations. Do you see what I'm saying now? Any objection that you have around not being able to own a role, any objection you give me right now and say, Francis, no, I can't because this, is under the assumption that you believe you are your limitations. Take that in for a second. Any objection around I can't be this way is because you believe you are your limitations. That's the only reason. If you realize you're not your limitations, you can choose whatever the hell you want to be. So realize that if you are not your limitations, you can own a role. And then all the limitations that you think, oh my gosh, I can't be that way because I don't have the skill sets. I'm not confident enough to be a YouTuber. I'm not confident enough to do this. I can't do this because of that. I can't do this because of this. All of that is you sucking into the belief of your own stories and your own thoughts. Do you have to believe in the story? Ask yourself that question. Whatever story you come up with around why you can't own a role and be a certain way, and make it as simple as to choose and own and commit to the fact that you're going to be that way in the world. Any resistance to that, let me ask you this. Do you have to believe in your thoughts? Do you have to believe in your thoughts? Do you have to believe in your thoughts? And that's an interesting question, because when I say do you have to believe in your thoughts, that question implies that you are not your thoughts. You are the creator beneath the surface that created those thoughts. You created your limitations and you forgot. Remember who you are as the creator. Stop believing in the story and choose to be a new way in this world. And you will start to create your reality. You'll start to manifest what you want. You'll start to see that when you live into a role, the whole universe will conspire to help you live into that if you commit to it, if you choose to be that way. Watch that more synchronicity will happen in your life. Watch that things around you will start to shift. People will start to treat you differently when you make a choice. Now, you're not doing it to get those things. You're doing it because, you are sometimes, but you're doing it because you just want to be that way in the world, and then the external starts to fix itself. Like, so maybe you are doing it to get some things in your life or to change some problems. Rather than trying to let go of these issues and how do I become confident so that I can be this person. Be the person first, and then you'll start to be more confident. You're switching the way it works. You're connecting to the core of who you truly are. Rather than saying, I need to become more confident to be a YouTuber, own fully right now in this moment. If you want to be a YouTuber, for example, make a choice right now in this video, right now. This is what I am in the world. And then you will develop confidence in the process. Stop waiting to heal and become something so that then you can be it, when you can just choose to own the role fully and then do it. I sound like Aaron Doughty right now because he teaches the same stuff, but I had all these downloads coming into my consciousness recently. I started to get all these downloads recently where I realized, like, holy shit, if you choose a role, you will become that role. Literally. It's more masculine, it's more logical, and it's a little bit not as spiritual. But the thing is, though, true spirituality is about honoring that you have a role to play in this world. And to dishonor the fact that you have a creative power to live into what you want to be is to dishonor spirituality, to dishonor the truth of who you are as a goddamn creator. And I get really passionate about this stuff because I've been seeing more recently that a lot of the times we can be at very low vibrations and we can really dishonor a feeling of being fulfilled when we don't own what our heart wants to be in this world. So my final question to you is there a role you want to play in your life that you haven't been owning? And what would change in your life if you were to own the role? What would change in your life if you were to own the role you want to be in this world? How would your life change in the next 3 to 6 months if you were to own the role that you want to be in this world? How would your life shift? And the final question is, are you willing to commit to that role despite what your limitations tell you and the limitations that your ego will fight for anyways? Are you willing to commit to the role you want to play on this planet despite what your mind is telling you? Are you willing to do it anyways? That is when you'll start to notice that your consciousness and your awareness that you're not your limitations starts to become more real in your life. You start to become what you want to be. You start to change into the person you want to be. You start to manifest your reality as a creator when you realize that because you're not your limitations, you can choose to be any role you want. And are you willing to commit to that role despite the fact that your mind is saying you can't do it because you know that you are not your limitations? Are you willing to do it anyways? So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally to shift into who you want to become, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program to work with me one-on-one personally. That's all I have for this video. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.